As precious as a goldsmith's work of art, the Annunciation once glistened in all its splendour on the altar of Saint Ansanus in the Cathedral of Siena. For which the great painter Simone Martini carried out the work in 1333. Observe the structure of the panel, its division into three parts and its perforated spires, which echo the very shape of the cathedral's facade. The angel has just arrived to bring his message. As the fluttering mantle and unfolded wings suggest. As he lands, he speaks, and from his mouth issue forth words for the Virgin. Words that appear as a light relief in gold lettering, almost like a fantastic medieval comic strip. The startled Virgin, caught by surprise, reacts with a gesture that conveys bewilderment. Her expression is slightly frightened, as a noblewoman's when disturbed by a stranger while she is intent on her own activities.
The
Virgin is distressed, and with a gestural code that has become famous in the art world, drawing back and wrapping herself in her cloak. The setting in which the scene takes place, on a splendid gold background, is defined by a few effective elements, true synectics of the Virgin's home. The marble floor, a precious symbol of royalty. Like the richly carved high chair on 2 levels. The refined and finely crafted fabrics of the angel and the Virgin, remarking the importance of the event and the figures depicted. The book the Virgin was reading, before the heavenly apparition, a symbol of her wisdom and awareness of her destiny. All elements, however, not anchored in the time of the story, but fully traceable to the lifestyle followed in the 14th century by the wealthier classes.
The angel's mantle is made of a Scottish textile, then called scotum, imported from the far-off Scotland exclusively by Siena since the 1300s. No trace of perspective, if not for the little sideways throne. No desire to emphasize volumes, as the absence of contrast and the uniform blue of the Virgin's attire demonstrate. It is gold, the symbol of divine light that unifies the entire scene. From the compact background to the mottled floor, from the angel's robe to the precious fabric that covers the throne's backrest. In this unreal and glistening space, everything relies on lines, which create refined arabesques and immerse us into an abstract, dreamy atmosphere.
Above, in the center of the scene, the Holy Spirit is depicted in the form of a dove, surrounded by angels. In line with the vase of lilies, a symbol of the Son of God and the purity of the Virgin Mary. Moreover, the vase becomes in this circumstance the hortus conclusus, a symbol of the Virgin's purity. The scrolls held by the prophets, depicted in the tondos, set into the frame allude to the mystery of the Incarnation. From the left, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Daniel. Respecting the classical iconography, the latter is shown without a beard. The depictions on either side of the Annunciation show the martyr Ansanus, one of the patron saints of Siena, bearing the banner with the city's colors. And a holy martyr, possibly Maxima, the mother of Ansanus, or Margaret. The inscription at her feet, which identifies her as Judith, is incorrect.
The courtly and exclusive world of Siena's reigning oligarchy is reflected in this image, the greatest masterpiece of Gothic art. Not only the slender figure of the Virgin, so like a princess, but also the details, such as the decorated throne, the precious book, the multifaceted vase, transport us into a cosmopolitan European culture, French in particular, with which Siena shared a taste for small and rare ivory objects, illuminated manuscripts, precious brocades, and the like.
However, the inscription indicating the two Sienese painters Simone Martini and Lippo Memmi as the altarpiece's creators is original. Although art critics tend to attribute most of the conception and execution of this highly detailed painting to Simone Martini, representing as it does one of the greatest masterpieces of 14th century painting in Europe.